So let's now assume that I have got an amount of $100 and I want to invest it into stock, right? So at time 0, when I will invest, so my S of 0 has to be 100. So this is the amount, this is the time, this is the value of stocks, my stock at time 0. So now I define what are the possibilities that S of 1 can be. So S of 1 is basically, so it's like at time t equal to 0, I have invested $100. So at time 0, my stock has value 100. Now at time t is equal to 1, I want to see what is the worth of my stocks. What is the expected worth of my stock? So first I need to know what are the possibilities S of 1 that can be taken by S of 1. So this requires an analysis that this are these are the possibilities that S of 1 can be. For the moment, let's say there are only two possibilities, that at time 1 my stock is going to be $120, right? And with probability 50%, with probability 1/2, and S of 1 can also be $90, and this has also got the probability p equal to 1/2, right? So let me call this scenario as W1, and this scenario is W2. So one can say that S of 1 with scenario 1, or one can say that S of 1 operated on 2 W sub 1 is equal to 120 with 50% chances p is equal to, or one can even say that this, whatever this is, that my S of 1 or my random variable at time 1 will take 120 with probability 50%. So I can interpret this as this way, or one can also say that my stock at time 1 uh, can also has this possibility that it can be $90, but this has got the probability, this event has got the probability 1/2, right? So that's how my S of 1 is. So that's how my S of 1 could be. So at the moment I have assumed only two possibilities, 120 and 90. There can be multiple possibilities. So let's stuck with this for the moment. I'm interested in what is going to be my expected value at S1. So I can find out expected value, right? So recall what is the formula for the expected value. So the formula for the expected value that we have already seen is the expected value of S of 1 is equal to the summation I equal to 1 to n of this S of 1 with omega I times pi, right? Or I can even write this with the probability wi, right? So happening this, right? So happening this event, all of that event, probability of happening. So I should write wi p sub I. I should not confuse the notation, p sub I, right? So p1 is the probability that my stock will be 120, and p2 is my probability that my stock will be $90. So I can write this as, so my n is equal to 2. So when you put 2 here, so the uh, expanded version of this summation is going to be this, right? Now you substitute the values. This is 120 with probability 1/2. This is 90 with probability 1/2. So this is going to be 60, and this is going to be 45, and at the end of the day I get 105. So on expectation I will get 105. So what is the expected profit? So I had invested at 0 $100. So at my time 1 I have expected value that I can take is 105. So what is my profit? So 5 is my expected profit, right? In some sense. So what is going to be the variance? So recall the formula for the variance. So the variance of S of 1 is equal to summation I equal to 1 to 2 because n is 2. So S of 1 comma omega I minus expected value of S of 1 and all of this is squared and P sub I, right? So I can expand this. So what is going to be S of it is going to be S of 1 comma omega 1 minus expected value is 105, all of this is squared times chances are 51 plus then it will be S of 1 comma omega sub 2 minus 105 and all of this is square and multiply by 1 off because P1 and P2 are 50% in both cases. So I will substitute 120 here minus 105 squared divided by 2 plus I will keep the value 90 minus 105 squared divided by 2. So this is going to be 15 squared by 2 plus 15 squared by 2. So which is going to be equal to at the end of the day 15 square, which is going to be 225 if I'm not wrong, right? So that's the variance. What is going to be sigma? So sigma is the square root of, or what is going to be the standard deviation? It is the square root of variance of S1. So it is going to be 15. So my variance is 2 to 5 and my standard deviation is 50, right? So let me now interpret whatever we did. So I had $100 I invested into stock at time 0. uh, so my worth of the stock was 100 and as one at time 1 there were two possibilities that my stock could go till 120 or it could go to 90, right? So what I did was I found out the expected value that I get is 105. So profit was 5 and I also obtained the variance of my this random variable is 120 and I also calculated the standard deviation which was 15, right? So we will keep on discussing these kind of simple examples and we will be interpreting them. So there is an interpretation behind this variance and the standard deviation. We will define that.